What really happened the 29th of July, 1954? Come with me and let's find out. Ready to find the truth, my chi? Let's go! That's when J.R.R. Tolkien published The Fellowship of the Rings, a book which brought Tolkien's best friend everything he ever wanted before it killed him. Tolkien was a professor who loved fancy dress birthday parties and a woman called Gloria Fingal, and he decided for his next birthday he was going to marry her. He was working on a great new costume, half man, half dinosaur, which he thought would impress Gloria. So he sent out the invites and then put his best friend, my great-grandfather, Strider Delaney, on the telephone to catch all the guests' RSVPs. Because Delaney was great on the telephone with loads of chatting him. But Gloria wasn't RSVPing, and Tolkien was cracking under the stress, so Delaney offered to go and ask her in person. He was a good friend like that, and he was also in love with Gloria and wanted to warn her that Tolkien was going to make a move. And in case she didn't believe him, he'd even borrowed the ring that Tolkien had bought to marry her with. But Delaney had hardly got his legs under the table for a nice cup of tea at Gloria's house when there was a mad ringing at the door, so Delaney hopped into the bathtub to hide in case it was Tolkien. But Gloria was soaking her things in the tub, and her things were so frilly and the water was so frothy, and Delaney gave such a mighty leap that the water bubbled up out of the tub and washed him out through the window. And he never made it to Tolkien's party that night. Instead, he turned up at Tolkien's house the next day looking very rough. He said he'd made it to Gloria's house only for a mighty wave of froth to catch him up, wash him down past the blackberry bushes, into the canal and down under the earth. And there, in the middle of the earth, he'd been king of a village made of brie for 111 years. And naturally Tolkien wouldn't have believed a word of it, only Delaney had kept some of the brie so he was able to show him to prove it. Which was when Tolkien realised this was his chance to write a really good travel book, and he made Delaney tell him all the details. Well, Delaney told all, and Tolkien was so eager to get a big stack of pages that he forgot all about marrying Gloria. And when it was done, Delaney said he could publish it on one condition. He had to change all the names, because he'd always promised his mammy he'd stay away from the French cheese, and she'd be furious if she found out. Tolkien said no bother and published it, and he was delighted with himself. As was Delaney, because he'd hung on to the ring all these years, and he and Gloria got married and had loads of little babies together. Which turned out to be a mistake, because all the little babies wanted to go to Legoland for their birthday, which was mad expensive. And Delaney finally died, penniless and exhausted, working the phones for the Moira Mining Company. His fingers worn away from spinning the phone's bloody rotary dial all day, every day. But sure, that's nothing compared to what happened to my other great-great-grandfather. Make sure you follow or subscribe, or whatever they call it these days, so you don't miss that story. Ready to find the truth, my chi? Let's go!